Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. We have a cheating scandal that is throwing a governor's race in turmoil. And now the lead that the Democrat frontrunner had achieved, well, that's evaporating before her very eyes. But before we get into this story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, last week, a bombshell report from the New Jersey Globe revealed that Cheryl was barred from walking with her class at U.S. Navy Academy in 1994. That is the Democratic governor's candidate, Mickey Sherrill. And that has implications because she has really touted her service record when running for office. Well, the congressman in response told the Globe that she was barred from the ceremony after failing to report classmates who had been involved in that scandal. She said, "I didn't turn in some of my classmates, so I didn't walk, but graduated and was commissioned as an officer in the U.S. Navy, serving for nearly 10 years with the highest level of distinction and honor," unquote, she said. However, Cheryl's campaign rejected a request for a public inspection of any disciplinary records dating back to her time at the Naval Academy. The Congresswoman's alleged involvement in the scandal has become a central point of this closely watched race, which really could foretell where things are going ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. And like we said, she has made her military service a central theme of her campaign. Well, her opponent, Jack Ciattarelli, asked the question on X, quote, "Why wasn't Mickey Sherrill allowed to walk at her Naval Academy graduation? She admits knowing about a cheating scandal, but won't release the records that could tell the full story. Voters deserve the truth," he said, unquote. And then he added a hashtag, release the records. Well, it may be a little passé to use hashtags at this point, but we get his underlying point in this case, and that is she does need to release the records. Of course, we know a little bit of background about how such scandals can affect national races even, not just state races. You might remember Joe Biden originally dropped out many decades ago over a plagiarism scandal. Of course, he was later picked up as Obama's VP for some reason that we can't really fully understand, and later was elected president. Well, this scandal erupted as the New Jersey gubernatorial race is tightening significantly. One recent survey from National Research found Ciattarelli leading 46% to 45% in a two-way race, a figure that includes a 21-point lead among voters not registered with either major party. That's a huge lead. And that poll was followed up by a survey from Emerson College on Wednesday, which found the race was tied. So what would be the upshot of all of this? Well, New Jersey, if the governor's race goes to the Republican in this, it would be a great harbinger of things to come. It would be a foothold, a tenuous one, in the Northeast because, let's face it, New York could go the way of the dodo bird. If Mom Donnie, the communist, Islamist radical that, well, did recently benefit from Eric Adams dropping out, he is poised to take New York, and obviously that is just a huge blow to the United States. One of the previous capitalist centers of the world falling to a communist. I mean, this is absolutely beyond my imagination. We thought that the Soviet Union was done for, but Mom Donnie's carrying on the torch. Apparently didn't get the memo that it is in the dustbin of history, and so should his campaign be. So please, if you know anybody in New York, talk some sense into them. We need to see Mom Donnie go down. It would be great to see Ciattarelli as a contrast in the region. He'd be ready to scoop up all those disaffected New Yorkers, hopefully. Not all of them going to Florida to obviously change their electorate there. We need to keep Florida safe and sane, right? And so New Jersey's in a prime spot to pick up some of those business leaders who obviously will not want to pay for Mamdani's spending spree for criminal aliens and prostitutes and felons. That seems to be his pals. That seems to be his core constituency, along with woke leftist women. So those two are probably going to dig New York City's grave. They might as well just melt down the Statue of Liberty at that point if Mamdani becomes the mayor, because there won't be any liberty in New York. It will be an absolute disaster in a basket case. This is my preemptive I told you so, as somebody who used to work in Manhattan for Fox News. and used to commute there all the time, and I saw the decline of the city during COVID. It was surreal. It was Kafkaesque. Restaurants shuttered up, people wearing masks when they did go to a restaurant and then taking them off to eat. I mean, it was just mass lunacy. And, you know, the propaganda is very strong up there. Maybe they should watch some more Explain America and they could get a little dose of political reality. Well, weigh in with your thoughts. What do you think about the New Jersey governor's race? What do you think about New York City and the perilous situation it is in? We always appreciate hearing from you.